my
some
dear.
of the hits in this one. Here.
Love the college rugby league.
Williams again leading the way. Murray getting involved as well. They come back towards the middle of the park. And oh, guess what? Another big hit. Knock on, so what a hit there. From
Love the college rugby league.
Hello and welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to the semi-finals of the SAS College Rugby League competition. The hooter goes in the background there as we await the arrival of the home side, Kelston Boys High School, and they will be walked onto the field by a guard of honour that we can see on screen there. Great to see a number of the school's pupils lining up there to welcome the team out onto the field. Of course, a proud rugby league school, national champions a number of times in recent years. The Auckland title has tended to elude them. St. Paul's tending to be their downfall on those occasions, but a number of really good players that have come through this system, and in recent times the likes of David Fusitua, Tuimola Lula here, just to name a few, have come through Kelston and gone on to forge careers in the NRL Super League competitions. They come up today against Wesley College, a rugby union powerhouse. They've started playing in this competition a couple of years ago. It's great to see them involved. So many talented athletes out there in the deep south, and they come through into the semi-final here after finishing third in the regular season. A huge ask for them today. The star of the show for them, Tuhi Pompey, plays for the Franklin Storm at Crown Lift Trucks Sharman Cup level, while a number of these Kelston boys sort of on that fringe for a number of local clubs like the Bay Roskill Vikings. You see there a bit of a false start. You might be picking that up on the microphone there as the boys walk the team out. So a big clash on the cards here today. Our middle referee will be David Miller. He will control this match. We see him around the grounds doing a lot of college rugby league action. A big thank you as well to the principal sponsors of this competition, SAS Sport. It's brought to you in association with Hayden and Rollitt. The Auckland Rugby League's also been doing a fair bit with the New Zealand Institute of Sport this year. A scholarship being offered up. That's going to be given away at the awards breakfast in a couple of weeks' time, where we will also crown the Player of the Year. We can see Wesley College to the right of the screen making their way out onto the field now. We await the arrival of Kelston, who are just letting their rivals wait it out here. It's a fairly cold day down at Kelston Boys High School today. Rain holding off for the time being. See on screen there, Wesley College. And here they come, out to a raucous welcome here at Kelston Boys High School, led out by Karia Yoka and Conrad Tua, two fine young leaders of the school. They will be key figures today in the halves for Kelston Boys. Great to see a number of former students as well down here on the sidelines. Now going to welcome into the commentary for the first time today, Savannah. Savannah, talk us through the seasons so far and how these two teams have gone in terms of wins and losses to date.
Sure, Corey. So the competition this year has been quite competitive. Wesley currently sit third on the table at the end of the regular season with one loss. And Kelston Boys, out of the played games that they've had, they have also had one loss and won 10 games. So yeah, it's been quite... No, sorry, Wesley has lost 3 games. Pardon, sorry about that. But yeah, Kelston has just lost 1 game to St. Paul's, who are undefeated in the season so far.
Yeah, super impressive this year, Kelston Boys, and have looked really, really good. We called them a couple of weeks ago, well, quite a while ago now, down here at Southern Cross Avenue. Called part of that game, and that was sort of close for one half, wasn't it? And then Kelston just turned it on. So they've got some pretty lethal attack when they get going, don't they?
Yeah, definitely. They're pretty in the second half, they just seem to put a...
Yeah, and off the back of the work of Conrad Tour as well, they've certainly got some dynamic attack out there. It's going to be interesting to see today. Watch out for the impact as well, up in the front row, likes of OJ Lauhingoa, Tasi Lotima. There are some funny numbers on display today, and Sav and I were marveling at that one earlier. The fullback's going to wear number 8 today, and the prop number 1, so don't get confused there. We're rocking rugby union numbers today. So Wesley go through their final chant.
It's been a while since we've seen Conrad Tour in action. I think the last time was here, Corey.
Yeah, that's right. Conrad Tour picking up a bit of a knock midway through the year and has set out a fair bit of it, but he's such a key player for them today. He will be integral to their hopes, but you know, we've had a few chats with him as well, Sav, not just a good player on the field, but real sort of calming influence,
Yes.
isn't he, and a natural leader. So looking forward to seeing him in action today, along with Cartier Yoka in the halves. As we await kickoff, David Miller is your middle referee. Away we go. Sudden death, do or die time in the SAS College Rugby League. And it is Wesley College with first use of the ball.
Massive hit.
And the first hit up doesn't let down. We're met by a big cheer from the Kelston locals here as well. You'll hear plenty of that today. Yes, we see another one there. Up out of the line, Tasi Latima, the year 13 prop, and they're going to get a penalty here, and I think he may have led with the shoulder there, so perhaps just letting the emotion get the better of them a little to start that one. So the ball comes in up onto the roof behind the TV crew here.
Wait till he's behind you before you make the tap. Wait.
So Wesley to tap and go, and it's off the
Contact.
boot of Robert Topu, who was met by some enthusiastic defence. Well, that is 3 big tackles to start this game, a minute into it, and Kelston making their presence known off the ball. They swing it out the back now, a juggle now. Tua toes are forward, and Conrad Tua's into open space. Conrad Tua should open the score in here. What a start for Kelston. Conrad Tua, we wait for confirmation from referee Miller, who points to the spot, and Conrad Tua has got them on the board. Well, 4 points born out of defence there. You can see here it comes out the back, and it's all about the line speed here. Sav races up,
Yes.
sees the ball loose, and then does really well, toes it ahead here, and then he's got the pace.
I think we caught it earlier, Conrad having a superb game so far.
But what about that? I think they got sort of 4 tackles
Yeah.
into the game there. They forced the error straight away. They gave up a penalty on the third play, and then up out of the line, forced the error.
That's the defence we were talking about earlier as well. Kelston do seem to rush up real good on their off the line.
Yeah, it's been a trend throughout this year, and they have done fairly well off the ball. In fact, heading into this game, Wesley and Kelston have both conceded the same amount of points, the exact same number of points. So Tua now to attempt his conversion from in front of the posts. Played for Ellerslie last year, won a grand final with them out on Mount Smart number 2, just days after losing the SAS College Rugby League final to St. Paul's. Tua now steps in, and it's all good. So it's Kelston who lead 6-0 after just 3 minutes here at Kelston Boys High School. We're in the semi-finals of the SAS College Rugby League competition. After missing the final 2 years ago, Kelston rebounded to make it through to the qualifier last year. Well beaten in the end by a really good St. Paul's side. No doubt have redemption on their minds ahead of the national tournament as well. So Wesley get us back underway off the boot of Pompey. It's fielded by Yorker, and now Kelston with their first hit up on the ball, and it's straight back into it. Lohengor, I think, that time. Now they cart it forward via
See a Wesley
Lohengor
support
this
crew
time, in
going up.
fact. Head out to the left edge now, and it's the back rower, Sasifa, getting involved. Clear the ruck now and centralise. They met well. That's a good first up contact that time by Sekahili. Swing it out the back now, and it goes to Ioka, who drills it long, and back to collectors. Sade, who lets it bounce up and then claims up. A look at the kick chase again. Savannah right up onto it, and he's going nowhere. Second penalty of the game, and it's the second one against
Although their defense is good, I would say they need to be a little bit more composed, just not to let the enthusiasm get the better of them.
Yeah, you're right, and it's certainly very noisy down here, so
Yeah.
an easy day to let the emotion get the better of you, so something for Kelston to watch, and we did hear after the first penalty, don't let the occasion get the better of you, so cool heads needed now, and Wesley will get back into their work. Their second use of the ball in this game. On the first one, they hand it over possession, and Conrad Tua goes and scores. Sikahili now rushes the dummy half and brings it back to the middle, but again, line speed from Kelston up and in. Error in there, and that'll be a knock on. So 0% completion rate for Wesley so far. Errors on both of their opening sets. Of course, we get into the business end of all competitions in the Auckland Rugby League. Another huge day lined up on Saturday. A whole lot of grand finals to be played back to back, and then we're live streaming again on Sunday for the Open Grand Finals, 14s through to 18s. Myself and Troy Hardy with the call on that one. Very much looking forward to getting out to Mount Smart Stadium again as Tua takes it to the line and gets chopped down, but heavily involved early on. And a little bobble in the play of the ball there. Hand it over and up quickly to give him a little rub on the head there, Mesa Sakuru. So scrum to pack down, and really about 15 metres on from where the previous error was. So errors both ways there, cancelling each other out. Scrum packs down, and Pompey will feed. Come up to their back line there and up and in straight away, and not too happy about it, Wesley. Another penalty. So discipline starting to become a real issue for them early on here, Sev.
Just too high. March here, what are we going to do? We're going to full kick. Okay? Use the line as guys. Behind them, use the line as your guys.
Fasasila kicks for touch, and nice little touch finder, which is going to put Wesley into good ball situation for the first time today. The defense chant comes up here at Kelston.
Wait for him, get behind you. Hold for the tap, boys. Hold for the tap. Go, nice work.
And the tap and the go now from there. 20 metres out from the line here, Wesley really got opportunity for them to build some pressure after a bit of a stop-start beginning to this game, and taking the ground there is Tanieri, represents counties under 18s at rugby union level. He's also on the Chiefs under 18s union development squad. His third year playing league.
Hold here, boys, hold here.
Set heavy to the left, and they'll go one out for the time being, and Latu, the man charged with the carry, but the defence again. They deck him 10 metres out from the line. Sikahili is the dummy half. He jumps out now, looking to burrow over. He's going to have gone very close here. Miller says play the ball. Right up against the line here, Kelston. Left edge go Wesley. Great legs tackle from Ioka, handover. Wonderful defence there from Kelston, boys, and you have to wonder if maybe a little breakdown of communication there. I'm not sure if Wesley actually knew that was the last play.
Here we are. Pull back. 12. Here we are.
Back row, probably not the ideal man to have the ball, so it will be a handover.
Go. Jump contact. Go. 13, release. Hold here. Go. Nice work. 13.
We'll be bringing you all of the grand finals from the SAS College Rugby League competitions in a couple of weeks' time. Join us on August 22, live from Mount Smart Stadium, number 2. As Kelston now look to ruck it out, and they're about 40 metres out from their line. Plenty of talk going on out there. Swinging out the back, and Ioka
Nice
looks
kick.
to the skies. And the chase is bearing down heavy, so they takes it beautifully and then ducks through one. It's really good work there from Vili Sade. safe as anything under it. Had some height. Back to play it again. That's the call.
That's through here, working there, players. Nice work, Marcus. Ball's good, player.
Down the right edge they come, but it was telegraphed, and Kelston up and in to meet him. See a small gathering of Wesley fans over that side, it looks like. Good carry forward here from Byron Latu. It's a good one. If he can get to a quick play of the ball here, which he's not going to, that's good work in the tackle from Ioka, who just manages to slow things down. And now a high one, which will go between fullback and the line, and it's cleaned up by Lopesi. Lopesi looks up and sees nothing but black jerseys, and then is slammed to ground 20 metres out from his line. So things starting to settle down a little bit here now. Sav's starting to get some completed sets. As Weatherall comes in for a carry. That's a good carry there from Weatherall, and he gets to his feet as well. Gets to a quick play of the ball. It's good work there from the wingman. Now they come back towards the middle of the park. Get out of my way, says Latima. Puts him on the ground.
Carry.
40 out now from the line. Ioka, right edge they come. A little bit of footwork there from Rasmussen, and goes back, breaks down for an error. But what about that hit on the ball from Latima?
Kelston, we're holding the weight to the ball's in. Get your head in line. No, we can get him in. Yeah, ball in now.
So scrum to pack down. Pompey with the feed. Back to collect it as Sikahili. Go out the back. Sade chimes in. Sade goes to the line, and he's ragdolled to the ground. Lucky to stay in the field of play there. Did well to get low and avoid the sideline.
Yeah, contact, good.
Just struggling a little bit to match the physicality of this Kelston pack, and it is a monster pack Kelston bring to this one.
Ball's good, play on.
Buckler's nice through there. That's a great offload. Pompey looming in support.
Still moving forward. 13.
Just a little bit of second phase there from Wesley, who are starting to find their way into the contest a little bit here now. They go to the line, and it'll go out to the left edge, and Sokoro now steps back inside, but again the contact very, very hard. One tackle up their sleeve now. It's a settler from Tanieri. Playmakers set left and right. Right it goes. Think the little kick through, and it's a bit of a devil of a bounce today, coming through quickly. Manages to clean it up, and may have stepped dead there, I think, Lopesi. We wait for confirmation. It looks like it will be a repeat set, so nice patience shown there from Wesley after a rough start to the game. Complete a few sets there, and that was nice game management at the back end there from Semisi Fa'asasila. So Tua gets us back underway with a long drop out, and it's knocked backwards, so that'll be okay, that'll be play on. And no, it won't. So knock on the call. Well,
That's a tough call.
don't know if you got a good look at that one, Sev, but certainly for me, looked like it went
Back.
backwards.
Yeah.
So a rough call, perhaps there for
Wesley.
College, but they'll have to take that one. Of course, referee Miller doesn't have the bonus of having the lovely vision that we have here on our screen. Kelston won't mind one bit. They pack it down now, and Tua collects from the back of the scrum, and they'll bring the back rower into it now. Vatuve. 5 short of halfway. See a change going on in the background there as Lisati carries forward, plays for the Glenora under 18s. It's year 13 here at the college. Now it's Conrad Tua. Again, just taking that ball to the line. Looks threatening every time he does it. Gets to play the ball now, and Isomi Yoka clears the ruck, and then they hand back to the middle where Uluvali is tackled. Tackles up their sleeve still here, Kelston. Out the back, Yoka. One more out the back now into a little gap here now. Looming a support on this right edge. They should score here. Kelston isolates them. They're going to score in the corner. Kimitoni Latolele is the man to score. Beautifully executed. Right side overlap. And Lotulele is the man to score it. Let's take a look here on the SAS replay. And you can see the key pass comes right here. Beautiful dummy run here. Sucks in two defenders, and then from here it's always on Sev. Gets into a little bit of open space. Got the numbers here. Rasmussen sums it up really nicely here. Probably could have gone on his own in the end. Today, no choice but to go low. And Lotulele, the man to run it in. Kelston with a chance to double their lead. So Conrad Tour now to attempt the conversion. Steps in, he shouldn't have too much trouble here, Tour. And on cue, puts that one over. So it is Kelston with the 12-0 lead after 16 minutes. We'll save your thoughts on this game early on. A few errors, but it started to tidy up a little bit here. Your thoughts so far?
Yep, very competitive so far. I would say the defense has been quite good or threatening from Kelston's side. And just that last one was a simple draw and pass to suit out that try. So
yeah, and it has been built off the defensive side. You're quite right there. Line speed, really the key difference so far. And it's also meant that Wesley just haven't been able to get front foot ball, haven't been able to get those quick play of the balls, and as a result, struggling to make yardage here now as we see Wesley dish out a little bit of punishment of their own on the defensive side. But it's not all doom and gloom at all for Wesley. Been one try off the back of an error, the other off a really well executed right side shift as we approach the final few minutes of this first half here now, and fresh on the field, Xavier Payne. Well. Penalty at the end of it as well. Kelston's first penalty of the game, I'm reliably told by my stat man today, Troy Hardy. And now he's doing some form of sign language to me, and I'm not even sure what's going on. Maybe we'll leave the stats. So Kelston now preparing to restart here, and it'll be off the boot of JP White.
Yeah, that's nice contact, Fifteen.
What a little high there was Vatuve. White now brings the back rower Payne onto the ball. White, and it's put down there. He just had a little look up and saw the defensive line coming, and as a result puts that one down.
Slow play the balls have really costed the Wesley College side, I'd say, Corey.
Yeah, just struggling to dent that line, and as we say that, speaking of getting dented, well, the Wesley ball carrier that time, it's Fico. He gets put down, and the error off the back of it as well. So Kelston really tightening the screws now with this defense. It is aggressive, it's confrontational, and so far Wesley don't have an answer for it. Kelston coached by former New Zealand Warrior and New Zealand Kiwi and Toa Samoa representative Francis Malley. Had a decorated career over in the UK as well with St Helens and later on Salford. Who can forget those 5 tries Melly scored against the Canterbury Bulldogs back in the 2003 finals? A time when the Warriors were really at their best. Such a lethal attacking outfit at that time. Led around the park by the great Stacey Jones. Great to see Francis back involved with Kelston, who works in the community space with the police in the area. There's a fair bit to do with the Glenora Bears as well. As we see another penalty blown here now, and Tua with a bit of a discussion. Looks like he's going to go for the 2. Stretch this lead out to a 3 score. So good to see Tua backing himself here. There is a bit of a breeze around today, but nothing too troubling.
I'm calling out his number. He's got to listen. I identified him twice to get back here. It's offside.
And, we might bring Troy Hardy in now for a quick chat about some of the stats and how we're looking in terms of penalties and errors.
Yeah, thanks, Corey. I'm just out here servicing you the best I can, my friend. 3 penalties have gone the way of Wesley, 2 to Kelston. Interesting, though, Kelston have been better on the completion, and to be fair, they've had most of the ball. When Kelston have ended up with the ball, they've scored tries. So I think we've got a long way to go yet, and we'll see how it unfolds.
So Tua now to attempt the conversion, and it's fair way to the left of the uprights and strikes it nicely. The flags are up, no problem. And it is Kelston who hold a 14-point lead with 4 minutes to go in the first half here in the sudden death semi-final. Winner straight through to the grand final. Loser, well, they don't go home. They play in 3rd and 4th playoff next week, but that won't be much consolation. The other game going on today, St. Paul's up against Mount Albert Grammar. What a comeback from Mount Albert Grammar to steal a playoff spot there. It was looking really bad for them midway through the campaign. They were languishing down around 7th position, but they went on a wonderful run, and understand Troy actually got out to watch a little bit of the game last week, so we may try and have a chat with him about that at some point, as we see an error there, and now this is going to present Wesley with a really good chance. They probably need some points before half-time here just to build a little bit of confidence. As we pack the scrum down, Troy, we might have a quick chat about the Wesley game last week against Mount Albert Grammar. I understand Mount Albert looked pretty sharp.
Yeah, in the first probably 10-15 minutes, I think Wesley had it on them. They were 2-3 out from the ruck, putting them under a lot of pressure. However, Mount Albert stood the stead of time, and they came back in the second half and just started running at tries at will. So that put them into shape, and they're in the main game for today as well. So back to the action, mate.
Thanks for that, Troy. Now as Sade takes the ball forward, and Wesley go in search of their first points of the game. They really have been starved of genuine scoring opportunities now, as Finau is met right in front of the posts, and Miller says get up and play the ball. It's a quick play the ball as well. So Wesley now looking to set something up here. Game management so important. Watch for Tuhi Pompey. He'll be key in this one. He's just hanging out the back there, and another dropped ball. So ball economy really hurting Wesley, as well as the fact that Kelston have put in a fairly sharp first half here.
That's one. Go.
Tua now jumps out of dummy half, puts on a bit of footwork, but he is met 40 out from the line.
Go. 19, work hard on that kid.
They pop it as well. Second phase now from Kelston. Tackled well, though, by Ver. Left edge they come. Yoka, flat ball at best. Second phase from Kelston now. 40 out from the try line. Hunting more points here as we enter the final minute or so of the first half here at Kelston Boys High School. That's good defence. Back where you came from. Put onto his back as well. Now swing it up the back. Yoka, he will look to the sky. Pressure at the back on Sade, right under the post. That's a classy catch. Sade takes it, evades the initial tackle of Tua, and misses another one. And after that early error, he's looked really solid at the back as Vili Sade that time. Not an easy catch at all under the uprights. You've got a number of things to contend with there. Pompey, a little bit of footwork, and ends up as the cart horse taking the ball forward. Need a big carry to lift them here. We're inside the final minute of the first half. Good tackle down low now, but a second phase. Might have got away with a forward pass there, Wesley. Looked a little suspect. Swing it to the right and then straighten, but there's just no letting up from this Kelston defence so far. Really, really impressive. And we'll get to their kick now, and it's a long one. They're back to collect it, and Lotulele looks up, hands it off to Lopesi, and Lopesi will run it back at his opposite number. By position, that is. Of course, as we mentioned earlier, Lopesi's actually wearing the props jersey today. As the siren goes in the background, and that'll get us to half-time. And it is Kelston Boys High School 14, Wesley College 0 here in the sudden death semi-final of the SAS College Rugby League competition, brought to you in association with Hayden and Rollitt. We're going to take a very short break now before Troy Hardy and Savannah bring you the second half action here at Kelston Boys High School.